Hey, one and all, how are you doing? I know this isn't scheduled. I said I might be here, might not, but I am. I don't know who's watching yet or whatever. I haven't even tweeted this out. So let's see. Go to my channel. Crosscom. And see what's going on. That's not what I wanted. Back up. I'm gonna start drawing in a sec. I don't know what on my real good paper. I paid the big bucks for. Let's see. Zero watching. We'll share. Just tweeted it out. Gonna Facebook it out now. I haven't invited anybody to the panel, but if somebody comes in and seems good enough, I'm more than willing to invite to a panel. Hello to whomever is watching. And I haven't started doing anything yet. I just shared it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm drawing. I don't know what I want to draw. Got any suggestions? I did get Tank Ferret's stuff out to him earlier today. Hey, Test Monkey, how are you? Long time no see. I just said nobody's really streaming right now. At least none of us up and comers, minor leagues, whatever you want to call us. So I thought I'd come on, do something. Hit the like, share out, all that wonderful stuff that everybody asked you to do. Anything you want me to draw? I haven't got anything planned really. Oh, Test Monkey, I'm not sure whether you've heard. There is an auction on my site Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I auction off some of my artwork. Tank does as well. The guys from Hero, Hero. Sometimes John is on there to auction stuff off too. Dillard. And hopefully we're going to be getting other artists on to auction off. So it's the up and comers, and you're getting stuff at affordable prices. Good art at affordable prices. Great art, even. And that's 7 p.m. Sundays, Eastern Standard Time. So what am I gonna? I don't even know what to draw. But how are you doing there, Test Monkey? Sometimes I can try. I did a tank once on my stream and an airplane. Didn't turn out too bad. Uh, um, I gave him 450, and here, you won't be able to turn me down, Mom. You won't be able to see this. Check my PayPal. Uh, and of course, all the proceeds at the moment from me auctioning my stuff off at my auction. And I got $234.15 Canadian. This is all Canadian money that I've given. So another 200. That's 650.34. That's close to 700 that I've got at the moment. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be a Sherman tank. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, right there. And then I did that plane that JP4 said. So yeah, I've got about just under 700, about $15 shy of 700, and it's 2,200 I need. So I'm doing good. And I've got a couple people who are around me that said they're gonna give $50 each. So there's another 100 there that I can probably count on. So although they haven't given it to me yet, I don't really count it till it's in hand. Although they're the people that are saying it are good for it. So I'm sure I'm going to end up raising the money way before September with the way things are going. Which is, of course, good. And this is some good paper that I got here. I just recently got it. I did on Monday. I did my character killer villain. is it's 150 pound and it's 11 by 15. I didn't even put any links in the description of this. Jeez. You know what? Give me a sec. I'm going to do that. I'm making it up tonight as I go along, although I usually do. Oh, have you checked out my Lone Star unpacking yet? Because I got my Lone Star stuff today. Unpacked it, did a video. I'll do a review on it when I finish reading it. I've started reading it. Changes. And then over here. Ah. And I put my entry in for the Gary Shipman Art Challenge, or whatever you want to call it, or however it's being called, Gary's Art Challenge. I did Spider-Man today for it, so on my live stream. Oh, his were just got caught up on JP's. His were only 3 minutes, so. Yeah, I know mine can be hard to catch up on. I have 2-hour live streams usually minimum. I think that the unboxing is about 5 minutes. Ah, there goes John live. There goes any of my viewers. Right now I'm doing my character Insecto. He's part of a team that going to be called the Holy Warriors. Canadian Shield is on it, although Insecto is going to lead the team. You know, nobody's really had any experience with superhero stuff in this universe, except, you know, he's read probably every superhero comic there is, so, you know. Somehow he realizes, you know, superhero villains, you know, it's gonna play out a certain way. Heck, when they're building their base, which is a space station, due to help with one character, the Wiz, who's got the technology to do that. Insecto says, we ain't building this anywhere near Earth. We're building it like on the outskirts of the solar system. There ain't no way any bad guy's going to be able to hopefully get us there. He knows the comic books. If your space station's close enough, they're going to get it. Did you ever play the role-playing games Villains and Vigilantes? No, I did not. The closest thing I've probably come to that is I played the online MORFG or whatever. I'm not sure. The Morgs, whatever. City of Heroes and City of Villains. And I've played DC Universe Online a little bit. Is that a game? Is that like Dungeons and Dragons, the Villains and Vigilantes? But actually, that would be neat. Somebody should maybe start a stream doing that. I know, as you probably know, Dillard has done the D&D, is doing the D&D, and I'm part of that. It'd be neat to see everybody do their heroes in that sort of fashion. Interacting together. And that's sort of what the multi-online role-playing games are. But, you know, but I wouldn't have any idea how to do it. I might suggest it to John for next time. We played it more than the Marvel. We played it more than the Marvel tabletop. Oh, cool. Who's we? And do you think you might be interested in, trying to do it YouTube version of it? I think CG has one of the artists. Ah, cool. It is called, let's see, Villains and Vigilantes. Let's see. Yahoo. We back in the 80s and early times. Ah, cool. So we as in just some old friends. Heck, the whole thing. V&V instead of D&D, V&V. Should suggest that, like I was saying, suggest it to John for the next version of D&D. Instead of doing that, do the whole hero thing. Everybody comes in with their own hero character. First edition, 1979. Wow. Legal dispute. I thought I seen version 3, but there's at least a version 2 out there. 2 point something. We played tons of RPGs. Traveler was a good space one. Yeah, that might go over a bit better. Villains and Vigilante with this group, Comics Gate. There's a lot of superhero people here, so Gamma World was fun. Gamma World. Did you meet the Hulks? Did everybody get hulked out? Was it a hulking good time? I bet. Actually, there was was part of D&D back in the 80s. At one point, a UFO landed on the world of Greyhawk. Greyhawk. Okay. sounds interesting. Gamma World was a TSR game. I have no idea what you mean by TSR. Let's see. Who do I own? Wizards of the Coast nowadays, I guess, or whatever they've morphed into by now. Well, my main characters, only 3 of them have capes. Ozona, Canadian Shield, and the Wiz. Yeah, when I was growing up, my mom didn't really let me get into D&D. Not that I was interested in it or that type of stuff, because there was too many people getting obsessed with it, for lack of a better way of saying it. They got too involved in the game, thinking that they were the characters. Me, I just would have rather play a video game. You mean Tom Hanks? Um, I don't think so. Well, I said my mom didn't let me get involved. Mom let me get involved in Tom. Oh, you mean Tom Hanks getting overly involved? I don't know whether him. I just know that there were stories about kids, mazes and monsters reference. No, not a movie, but just in the news. I think there was back then kids who got a little too involved, thought it was real life or something like that. Almost. I think we're talking about. I'm not sure whether. I'm not talking about a movie. I'm just. But then again, these were probably isolated cases. He did a TV show where he did a kid. He did a kid who did that, goes jumping off a building or something. Oh wow, yeah, something like that. But not where it was a movie. It was supposed to be kids in real life or whatever. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to it too much because, like I said, I wasn't too involved. Yeah, it really got the anti D&D stuff going. It's I just was never tempted by it, even for used a phrase word tempt it. Like I said, I was more into video games and comic books. Not that a lot of the people that are, there's a lot of crossover between comics and D&D. Well, it's part of nerd culture, right? Comics, nerd, geek culture, whatever you want to say. I know there's supposed to be a difference. I don't mean to offend anybody. To me, I'm not sure what I got called a nerd a lot, but don't know really. Don't think I ever really got called a geek, or maybe I did. I just got teased. That's all I knew. I never really considered myself a nerd or a geek. Sort of do now, but don't. I don't care. You want to label me that? Fine. All I know is I like comic books, I like TV, sci-fi, but I like stuff like the Dukes of Hazzard back then, Knight Rider. If they are offended, they are a geek nerd. I know I've watched something on YouTube, I don't know, a while back, a year or two back, about what the difference was. And I care, but I don't care. It came up, I saw it, okay, I'll watch this. Trying to educate myself. I forgot about it, 10 seconds later. Yeah, nerds love getting into subcultures and titles. Trekkies and Trekkers, yeah. Yeah, well, having watched the movie Trekkies, I would say I'm a Trekker. I like Star Trek. I've watched a lot. I know a fair bit about it. But from what I get from the movie Trekkies, Trekkies live it. It's a lifestyle. I'm sorry, it's just a TV program. It's nice and enjoyable. I And frankly, I consider myself more a sci-fi because, or that's what I've coined the phrase I've coined because I'm into a lot of sci-fi more than just Star Trek. I enjoy all sci-fi, or pretty much all sci-fi. I like Babylon 5. I liked Dark Matter, which was a recent one. Killjoys, Battlestar Galactica. I said Babylon 5. Star Wars, Firefly, although I never saw it when it was on air. But I do own the series, and I like it. I couldn't tell you as much about it as I could Star Trek, or Star Wars. Stargate SG-1. I like Gilligan's Island, but don't need to learn everything about the SS Minnow. True. Yep. It's just like with comic books. I know a lot about comics. I don't know everything. I probably know more than the average citizen. And I like learning more about it, but except for making my own comic books, I don't want to try and live it. Although, given the chance to have superpowers and become a superhero, I think I would. Heck, my character Insecto is sort of. There's probably, of all my characters, he's probably got the most of me in him. The Canadian Shield's got a bit of me in. Flame, the Wiz. Some characters have more than others of me in them, but Insecto is the guy that grew up. Like I said, I think I said earlier, he grew up reading comics. He got into them at an early age, and hey, Mighty. Real fans of the medium don't get offended because this is their way to escape from reality. Yep. Comics, movies, it's just escapism. I got into them way back, dropped out during the 90s madness. That's probably when I got into reading comics the most, into the 90s. I started reading Archie comics late 80s. I watched Super Friends and stuff growing up, so as I've said probably 100 times on this channel. I'm not sure, but when DC started producing um, Archie superheroes for a while under the Impact line, that got me. It was either that or the whole thing with the death of Superman. I'm not sure which one got me going to the comic shop every week or every other week or every month, whatever. I'd have to look at dates to start understanding. I could look at those dates and find out because I found out Archie had, like I said, superheroes, and then DC started coming out with them. Of course, Batman broke his back at the same time, got his back broken at the same time. So I started collecting both of those and being at the comic shop every week to every other week got me into a lot more. I actually had, hey Joshua, yeah, I said I might do it. You know, what's the name? Avery wasn't able to come on. I said if they weren't, I might. Avery and Andrew. I haven't sent out a link to anybody to come on the panel, but if they come in, chat, one on, you know, just let me know if you want to come on the panel. It's not nothing personal. I just figured instead of sending out the link, see who comes by. Mass production, 4 alt covers. Hey, Lorenzo. Especially since I wasn't sure what I was going to do tonight exactly. So I'm just slowly drawing my characters here. You see Insecto. This is Ozona. I'm doing basically a picture of the Holy Warriors. Insecto is the leader, so I put him up front. Master. I haven't seen you. Hey, Raven. Hey, Josh. Yeah, have you just got tired of telling people it was me? So I'm back to this account. What, you were using a different account for a while, Test Monkey? Yeah, so anybody in the panel or chat want to come on the panel, just let me know. I'll shoot you a link. Hey, Santa Raven. No, I'm not doing a Manny. I tried to gatekeep. I don't know. I just didn't feel like putting out the link unless somebody said they actually wanted to come on, but I guess. Oh, and who has checked? Anybody out there checked out my Lone Star unpacking yet? Oh, was didn't do not. Oh, okay. Okay. Santa Raven says she saw it. Oh, cool. I know I've only got like 5 people who watched it so far. I thought it would be unpackings. I thought we're supposed to, get lots of hits. But then again, I'm probably about the 1000th person to do an unpacking of it. So I don't know. Did I? That darn Raven part. If I did, I say Raven and I think girl because of the character Raven, which he goes on so much about. Maybe do a Lone Star versus 1000 degree knife. Okay, what is 1000 degree knife? Never heard of that. Santa Raven. My gender is Canadian. Pope Raven equals guy. Teen Titans character Raven equals girl. Yeah. Yeah, when I first wiped everything, used Vlad. Okay, you were Vlad too? I didn't know you were Vlad. I didn't know you were all these people. Test Monkey. Thank you for all the subs under them, though. So you've been in my chat. I haven't known it. Mighty Geek Studios Canadian is a nationality, not a gender. Nowadays, who knows though, Mighty Geek? Some people could do that. Had to throw the Irish off my trail. Oh, we got 9 watching now. Like I said, anybody who's normally on the panel, if you want on, just let me know. Or normally can get a link. Josh of 1,000 counts is shocked. No, Josh, I wonder who has more alt accounts or has had more alt accounts. Joshua or Bob? Bob, Bob. Here goes Malin again. He's been mailing a lot lately, hasn't he? That John's been mailing a lot. Let's see. See if we got anything on Twitter. No. Oh, I got a reply from Gary for my he liked my Gary's art challenge thing, and he replied and said, "Nice entry." Cool. And a few others of you guys have liked it as well. Oh, put that down. Shouldn't have put it down. Need to switch. So we got 9 watching, 7 likes. Be sure to hit that like button, and of course, share this out, people. Let people know I'm here on your social medias. Okay, so now who am I going to put over here? probably put Snowdrift over here. So what else would you guys like to talk about tonight? Anything you guys want to talk about? Oh, who is going to see Shazam this weekend? Cool. Yeah, me too. I've got my ticket. I'm seeing it Thursday afternoon at 4. So at about 7 or 8, probably closer to 8, you might be able to expect a review from me. A non-spoiler review, obviously. The only thing that I'll be spoiling will be how much of Hamilton I saw in it. And then I got to go back a second time and take notes. I'll do a spoiler one as well. Vlad. My movie review seemed to consist of, oh, it was an awesome movie, blah, 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 blah. Go see it Tuesday, or it's worth going to see it on a non-cheap day. This is great to take the whole family, or something to that effect. Yeah, I saw Captain Marvel. I did my review too. Or as well. Non-spoiler review. I think so, anyways. Well, I'm sure if you go to my movie reviews playlist, I'm sure it's in that. Yeah, let me check that out for you. Just about doubly sure. We got doubly the bubbly. Movie reviews. Yep. Captain Marvel movie review. It's the last one on the list. I've done The Incredibles 2, Deadpool 2, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. I didn't do a Black Panther one. Wow. I keep doing stuff like that. Yeah, I did that on the Thursday before it was technically supposed to be out. You know, it's supposed to come out on Friday. The one theater I have, well, a couple of theaters I have around here usually are showing movies like that. Somehow they're able to show it a day ahead of time. Usually it's in the evening, but this time they got Shazam in the afternoon. I'm going to finish up my Thursday drawing, which will be Captain Marvel, but the one that says Shazam! I should actually put my trailer, sort of my trailer thing in that movie review. Trailer reaction, really. What's people got to say out there? Nobody's saying anything. I know you watched me try and draw this pretty girl, or somewhat pretty girl. Trying to watch me draw. Me and Test Monkey were talking earlier about the role-playing game Villains and Villainy. Would people out there like to see a version of that, like John's doing of the D&D, but you know, the Villains and Villainy? People creating their own superheroes and going through the trials and tribulations of as pretty what? Or is that what you're asking? Oh, the girl. I'm in the middle of drawing Snowdrift. We're enjoying Rick, King Rick, and his insect people. She's not insectoid. He is. She's not. One insectoid person. I never berate my audience unless they're slee stacks. And actually, that probably would be actually technically racist. Since, see, nobody on Earth can technically be racist because there is only one race. It's called human. We comes in different shapes, sizes, colors. We might be able to be specious. Would you say a white cow that hated a brown cow was racist? No, or a dairy cow that hated, I don't know, bovine cow was racist. Not that you could ever know whether one cow hated another type of cow. Well, I've gotten that for a long time. Long time, mighty geek. Joshua was like, so you could be a color of skinist? Yeah, I guess so. And see, frankly, where my idea comes from, and it's because I believe all were created in the image of God. Created Adam and Eve. And if you have two humans and we all came from them, there can only be one race. Now we divide animals, into different quote unquote species because of different traits. Hey, Goth. Finally streaming when you're awake. Yeah. One of the few times I'm streaming at night now. How's your comic coming? The Prince. And I forget what it. No, it was about a prince. I am just drawing some of my characters. They're they each gonna have their own books, but they're gonna come together as a hero team called the Holy Warriors. Uh, and just say other stuff that comes up, talking to the chat, giving my never ever so humble opinion on stuff. Be sure to share this out too. Good channel. The differences between humans are all cosmetic. Yeah. Uh, isn't sapiens our species? Well, one could say so, but there's different varieties with the. No, sapien would be our race, and there's different varieties within the sapien kind, hence human. I don't know. I just got on and started going. You want a link? I know you're not the artist, but are you the artist for yours? I forget. I didn't send out the link, but anybody who wants the link in the chat, I'm pretty much willing to give. Rick the Science Man. I wouldn't say science, I'm just practical. Common sense man. I'm just trying to use my brain a little. Yeah, I'm doing everything. Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you get home and I'll send it out. Gothic. And you're ready to go. Don't think I'll probably end before that. Yeah. Yeah, Homo sapiens is a scientific name for human beings. Hey, Ulrich. What you up to, man? I just uploaded a drawing video request video. Oh, cool. What was the request? And as I'm telling all who are on my normal, it was a tough one this time, but I made it. Felt good. Feel good. Anyways, as I'm telling everybody, I didn't put the link in my regular chat thing, but anybody who's in normally on my thing and wants on, just let me know and I'll send you out a link if you want to come on the panel. I just thought I'd come on tonight since nobody else was on, start drawing. It was from Neon from Genius Avalon EVA Unit 1. Cool. Everyone, go check that out. Well, not right now. Check it out later. Click on Elric. Subscribe to that man. He is a good. If you like manga, anime, he's one of your peoples. And of course, I believe he's working on his own book too, his own universe. I was about to say you don't want to lose your audience stream. Yes, I'm working on a mega project with my friend. And yeah, everybody out there, please be sure to share this out. We've got 10 people watching now. The more people, the better. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I just started this. I might go till I at least get it, all my 7 major characters penciled in. I don't know. And what is your book going to be called? Your project? Or do you know yet, Elric? And of course, the other thing, people, there is a book out, if you have yet to hear about it, called Hero. I would suggest going to get that too. It is on Indiegogo. Here, let me get the link. There we go. Hero. I'm going to put a link to that in the chat for anybody who wants to get Hero. It is a good book to get. It is endorsed by, EVS sort of has endorsed it. He's probably going to be having them on a stream soon. Also, what else can I say? Edwin endorses it thoroughly. And Ulrich saying his project is Engraved Priest, is the name of the manga project. Any idea when that might be ready to hit the markets? Or ready to go to Indiegogo or whatever? Ulrich? still working on it, but hopefully maybe September, if not later in the year. I want to get a good amount of pages done before the Indiegogo. Yeah, makes sense. Very much. How big are you planning on it being? What size? How many pages? Or how big is your story at the moment? $75 to 80 pages. Cool. I don't got nothing else to talk about, so Mighty Geek, when are you getting your project on the go, or what's going on with you and your characters? I know I was hoping for May or June for me, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. I might have to rethink some things that I was wanting done, but and hopefully by the end of this year. Anybody got anything in the chat they want to talk about? I'm up for talking almost about anything. Like I said earlier, I got my Lone Star today. I did an unpackaging video for it. Check that out later. Don't want you to leave in the live stream right now. I am doing my own original characters. The Holy Warriors, although they've got their own individual books. You have Insecto, Ozona, Snowdrift, and of course I'm in the middle of getting the Canadian Shield in there. It is Insecto that will lead the team. I know. He's the wisecrack, and he's like almost a Spider-Man type character. A lot of me in him. What anime character was tomorrow? I had to leave this morning. Bob said about it yesterday. The 25th bomb. Bam? From Tower of God. Oh, there goes Ethan. Don't leave me for Ethan, please. Hey, Bethany. Bob is the one that suggested it. So he was actually suggesting it last week. Yeah, I did. I sent it to Gary. But if you want to see it, give me a second here. Hey, Risey. Yeah, I already did. I scanned it earlier today before I did this stream. And sent it to him. I also got my Lone Stars. There's the Thanksgiving pick. Started reading this one, although they're both the same, so it doesn't matter. Got my trading card. This is all, I show all this stuff in my unpacking video. And of course, I got my dog tag. I was wanting to do a reading of Lone Star, but Mike doesn't really want me to. Doesn't want me to quote unquote spoil it for anybody. I did a famous Gary Shipman headshot for my John. Hopefully it's a little bit of the boosters. Yeah, I saw it. I think it's a little better than boosters. And anybody who's normally in my gets the link if you want on, as I've been saying. I didn't send the link out, but I'm willing to, send it to anybody. I just got to know how drunk. If I send it to Risey, I got to know how drunk he is first. We don't need no F-bombs. Otherwise, it's mute Risey. If I can put. I just woke up enough. So you're not drunk yet? Is what you're saying? Then the question is, do you want the link? He only had one other variant cover, Bethany, and that was the Comicsgate poster. Not sure whether it was with or without the Wabbit. I would have gotten it with. I don't think he had one with Cecil on it, a cover. Could be wrong, but I think they only had 3 covers in total. What's the variant cover look like? No. I think this is the original. And this is the second one. And the third one that I know of is the one with the Comicscape thing. Unless he did a fourth one that I don't know about. Let's see. I'd come on, but I have to go out soonish. I'm not sure what time my mates are coming around. No problem. I know he had a couple that you could choose from, and then the family Christmas one. I thought that was Thanksgiving, but you might have had a card of Cecil. Cecil's on the card right here. And then there's, like I said, the trading card. Started reading it. There's the trading card. Back with power stuff on it. And that reminds me, I'm working on trading cards. They're a little bit more simplistic than Mike's there. Here, I'll show you. Should be able to pull this up. Give a second here. Photos. Does the Cecil card? It's the Thanksgiving one. I'm not sure. I think that was an ad, a stretch goal, so I think it does. Lorenzo. Just like the dog tag. Okay, so let's see. So here's the back of, say, the Canadian Shield one. And then there's the front, Canadian Shield. Like I said, very simplistic. And, this right here, it has, lettering. And then I try and sum up what happens, origin in a very tight space, quick. Yeah, dog tag was first set of backers. There's my Electide one, except I got to renumber the back. This should be number 7. Front of Electide, front of Insecto, front of Ozona, back of Snowdrift, front of Snowdrift, back of the Wiz, front of the Wiz. And that's all I've got for now. Yeah, so, and also figured another reason I'm doing this stream, I figured Manny wouldn't be on tonight, or E or whatever. They're not going to be on till later, so if they are. Manny's wanting to spend some time with the wife as she's just recently gotten home from a month or two away, visiting some relatives on the mainland. And thank you for watching that. Well, I know Sunday night, Manny said his wife was getting home. I think Eve did do Friday or Friday or Thursday. And well, they didn't do yesterday. Neither Manny didn't do because, like I said, his wife and all. They're doing some much needed catching up. Shall we say that? From what I get, Manny was at the auction on Sunday. Well, in the chat, not on the panel. Well, if he's going on at that, I'll go till about then. Manny and E are switching, going back and forth nights. Night one, it's one night it's Manny, the next night it's E's. For like Mondays, I guess is supposed to be Manny, Tuesday E, Wednesday Manny, Thursday E again. From what I know, anyways. Problem is Gary quit having a set time, so I don't know how easy it is for him to find a host for him. I thought he was going on around 8 or 10 every night. I thought I seen him going on around that time. I wouldn't mind coming. I would go on and, sort of host or, co-host. I usually have the chat up where I can see it. Was Manly Cougar named after Manny? He even has a kid cougar on his stream. No, he was not. I think that came about because of mine. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he knows me too well, so I think he's heard the name around a little bit. But I get in his chat from time to time. We're both believers, so that would help. I think too. I'm not sure where he stands on everything, but I can agree to disagree with people and stuff. Hey, I'd love to do that for him if he'd have me. But me just, DMing him, hey, you want me to be your host? Read your chats for you? I'm just not sure how well that would go over. Maybe, who the heaven are you? Okay, maybe not who the heaven. I know you, but I don't know you that well. I'm usually fairly flexible. There's my mom listening now. If she could turn me down, that would be very, very awesome. I sort of miss my night streams. Slightly different dynamic. I don't know. Maybe I'm intimidated a little bit because see Gary is one of the big dogs. I know he's a real down to earth guy, that's for sure. Seems to have a good sense of humor and all that too. Okay, nobody's saying anything there out there. Come on, let's chat, people. Thought Ethan already went live. He's going live again. Guess something happened to his stream. This looks like it's turning out to be a very awesome piece. Hey, Crypto. Hey. How are you, my friend? How goes the fight? How goes the fight that is life? Go. Bethany, go on the panel. Be loud. And be loud. I am excellent, enjoying an overcast day in the Pacific Northwest. Cool. what else is going on besides enjoying a good day in the Pacific Northwest? Okay, how do I... Doesn't matter beyond that spot because that's not going to be seen. I think that's what I got to do for this is keep move it out. That way I can. I've always had problems with that. I'm just hopping from. You guys can't even see what I'm drawing. Sorry. I'm just hopping from channel to channel, giving out likes to us all small creators. Awesome. Well, I can use all the likes I can get. I'd be liking that. I'll be liking the likes. Yeah, I do that sometimes too. Pop around, get in. Even some of the smaller, bigger pros, I do it too. I'll drop 3 more. Okay, I'm looking. Says 10. Let's see, go up to 13. Multiple. Yeah, for sure. I should do that more often with my multiples. I have 2 other major accounts. Well, technically, I got 3. I got 2 Pied Pipers. Although I want to slowly phase out the one as I move more and more stuff over to the other one. I have this one, obviously. And I have one called Powerhouse. And that is more, there's a Christian coffee house that I go to once or twice a month. They have a live band, per se, doing some older Christian music usually. And I record that and I put it up. That's basically all that channel's for. I'm never going to monetize that. It's just something I wanted to do for those guys, the Rook guys, having them out there. That way, if somebody's in Hamilton, they can go to it, enjoy it on a Friday night that they're doing it. Yeah, but then you're giving away all the secrets and they might know who you are. Especially that Cult of Raven one. You don't want them getting a hold of you for giving out their secrets. I heard they're really crazy. That's why I'm not a part of any cult. Same here. Actually, I'm a part of one cult. It's a this cult of this Jewish sect. It's called Christianity. They started out being mainly Jewish people, and then it just developed into a whole bunch, mainly a whole bunch of us Gentiles. Because most of them, the Jewish people, didn't want to recognize the person that said was claiming to be their savior of mankind. Risey's still trying to get me to join the cult of Raven. Yeah, I once wore wrong robes to the wrong meeting. So yeah, people out there, if you have yet to back Hero, go check it out. It's a great book. I did put the link in earlier. It's not my book. It's done by Illustration and Illustration Studio 7.62 and Misfit Corner Comics. I could. They are always saying that I can't. Yeah, I got the copy. Yeah. There is the link, my friends. The link. The link to sync. I should have put the link out there. People to come on. You still can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, she comes on for about the last 45 minutes. Joshua. Uh, okay, let's see. See. You still can. Yeah, got. Okay, so the link is out. Let's see who comes in, if anybody. Call the Joes to the rescue, mighty Jerry. Down I go, mother. Down I go. Yo, Joe! G.I. Joe! A real American. Yeah, I saw that. Well, didn't see all of it, but I saw some of it. Put it on and went through it bit by bit. I didn't want to watch 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever it was. Okay, we're down to 6. People are stealing my viewers. He was looking more like the Hulk. Yeah, he's got the Hulk's build. He shouldn't be quite as veiny, though. I know Malin and were streaming, but EVS is more Star Wars tonight, so but overall the version he did was good, you know. I don't want to say too much bad about it. Oh, hey, Mighty.
Hey, what's up?
Not much, not much. Get my earphones. Don't need any echoing effects if we can avoid them.
Well,
Don't think the audience likes echoing effects.
hmm. Well, when we can avoid it, we avoid it.
Yeah. I'm watching the stream. I'm watching the stream right on YouTube, but I got the volume up. Stop the volume. Stop the volume, and I can see the chat. Yeah, everyone starts streaming around this time. I know.
Noticed.
Although I am thinking in the summer.
Oh, the summer's gonna be bad. We
Well,
know this.
Well, I was thinking in the summer I might switch my live stream, my main live stream to about this time. Well, not this time, sorry, about 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
See whether I can get some more viewers for the summer. What would people out there think of me streaming? Although there's only 6 of you. One of them's me. One of them's probably Mighty Geek. What would you people think of me streaming at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, say from mid-May to September?
That would depend on who's actually watching.
Instead of at noon?
Yeah. Well, in the summer it's going to be kind of hard to get anyone to watch it around noon. Depending on if they're working or if they're not working, they're going to be outside.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, evening.
Yeah. Evening during the summer, during the day, all winter long.
Well, there'd only be like depends on Friday, maybe one Friday a month. I wouldn't be able to do it at 7.
Mm.
I'm not sure, or it might be 3. It depends on some factors I don't know about yet. Well, obviously, a little something, but the powerhouse thing I was talking about. Sometimes they take the summer off, but they'd taken a little bit of extra time off already, so they might go through the summer. But if they don't, but then there's a games night that I go to the third Friday of every month. So,
Right.
so then obviously, so it might be one time a month I can do 7 on a Friday during the summer. So Bethany, anybody else out there, Test Monkey, what do you think of that idea? Would you guys be able to watch on a more regular basis during the summer if I did that?
Sure.
Or come on the panel, of course, too.
Definitely more awake this time of day.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Hey there. Hey, Rick. Hey, Mighty Geek Studio.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Good to see you. This is great. I'm surprised you didn't throw that link out earlier.
Well, I came on, and like I said, I told everybody in the stream, if you're normally in the thing and you want to come on, just tell me, and I would have sent you a link. But I guess nobody was listening, especially those sleaze stacks.
Well, I was kind of listening.
Bethany saying you do whatever you want.
Would have taken effort on my part, and that.
Yeah.
That effort was wrapped into getting my mic and finding my earbuds.
Understandable.
Bethany's saying it's my stream. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, I know that, but I'm reaching out to I'd say patrons, my audience, and asking them.
So this was kind of an impromptu stream. You just felt like going on, and you went on. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I contacted Avery, seeing whether. See, the only other thing that would stop me from going on too is Avery and them going on. I don't want to interfere with their time slot. Take too many people away from them. But they do have their other people, and I don't mind going on theirs.
Yeah. What happened to their show? Are they even streaming now? I don't see them.
Well, Avery. Well. Andrew just does Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I believe. Sometimes Avery does Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, but where's Avery?
Avery was having a headache today, earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't feeling a little earlier. Somebody was trying to video chat with me, and I didn't mean to be rude to the person. And it's just that catches me out of the blue. I've never done that much, so I pressed decline. Didn't have to tell them the truth. I just wasn't feeling well. I was laying down earlier.
Cool. I got a new subscriber. Cool.
Congratulations, man.
Ellie Crazy Cat or something like that. Well, hello, Ellie
Cool.
Crazy Cat. Actually, I think you've been in the chat before.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like, okay. I said earlier in my stream this at noon, I said I might do it tonight. Depends on what was going on with, Avery or whatever. And about half an hour, 20 minutes before 7, I said, "Are you going on tonight?" And he said no, about the headache. And I said, "Okay." And then, I came on, I don't know, about 20 after 7:30. Just sort of impromptu. It was impromptu, but I said I might do it earlier in the day. So
Okay, so it's something that you were
because I knew Manny probably wasn't going to be on. I wasn't sure whether so I figured give people some sort of content for the day.
Kind of debating whether or not to go on, and he did. That's good.
And now and I was thinking earlier today when I was out getting my Lone Star on my way home that maybe during the summer I might switch to this time slot during the summer.
Oh, you're talking about switching from noon to
just during the summer, like say mid-May to September, either beginning of September.
The nice thing about noon is there's not that many people streaming that time.
Yeah,
I mean, there occasionally what's his name? Occasionally, Mike will come on and stream that time, but he seems to be doing cross-examinations at a different time now.
Yeah.
I don't know what that time is. It seems to vary.
Yeah, he's always seems to be up in the air for that. But I'm just trying to, make it like a summer schedule, I guess. Because I'm doing less stuff during the week at that point. So I figure it's easier to do stuff.
It's up to you. It's definitely.
Yeah, I know it's up to me.
Probably to get some guests on because it's a little later.
Yeah,
a lot later. 7 hours later.
Yeah.
Or whenever. When did you get on? Did you go on 7 or?
Well, I was thinking about 7, but again, it all depends on Avery and that. Maybe I was thinking maybe even 5 if I could pull it off.
Well, you got to take into account what your audience does.
Yeah, and that's what that's why I am doing. That's why I asked my audience. Although it's down to like 4 at the moment, it was down to 6 when I brought it up.
Yeah, because during the winter months, normally everybody's inside, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to check.
In the summer, it's like.
Now we're down to 3.
Your best bet would be to go on, I would say, after 7, if you're going to do it in the evening.
Yeah. Well, like I said, my biggest qualm is for that, depending on what Avery and Andrew, I don't want to interfere with them, I know everybody's always interfering with somebody, but, I don't mind going on their show and showing them some support,
I know, but sometimes you just have to take initiative and just do it and hope they're not on.
Well, they usually go Avery or Andrew Monday, Friday, and Wednesday. He goes on at 7:30.
Okay.
Approximately.
Oh, approximately. Yeah, he'd be. That's the show that. I don't want both often on that show. So.
Yeah.
That might.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's on Misfit Corner Comics for sure. And Avery usually on the off days does it, at 7:30.
So you'd be going up against those guys, whereas your noon time, Mike does his music show, but it's quite a different kind of show. I mean, because it's music focused a lot of the time. And it's kind of a morning kind of. I think he starts it more in the morning, and it's still maybe noon. Well, it's still noon when it's on, but he starts it off earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I'm sometimes late coming in if I'm not like taking a siesta or whatever, I might sometimes watch Mike Ingerhauser, and then I'll watch. I might not watch the whole thing. Then I'll switch and watch.
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to make anybody have to choose between. Yeah, technically you can open another
Comicsgate because it's kind of the point where there's so many channels.
Yeah,
you know, you're going to be going on against somebody like Ethan or somebody like that eventually. You know,
well, Ethan and Mike, Ethan, Mike are some of the big guys I don't really care about.
Yeah, the thing is, they got their audience, and not everybody likes how big the chat is. You know, I sometimes zoom by so fast I can't really. I'll say hi to people and I'll check it out, but I prefer the smaller chats.
Yeah.
You know, versus like having to send a super chat or something. You know, to get.
Yeah, to get noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll say Mike, as far as cross-examinations, he does read his chat. I'll give him I like that. Edwin will sometimes Edwin often reads his chats too. If it's not that big of a but once there's like thousands of people watching, how can anybody? Or even hundreds.
Yeah.
It's just impossible for the host and some people really like those shows, and that's cool.
Yeah. Well, you end up talking to other people in the chat, you know, usually for those listening. And then the odd time you make a comment about whatever the host is talking about.
Yeah, there's, I watch those shows, but it's oftentimes a different audience.
Yeah. And like
there's a lot of these audiences that, a lot of people watch a bunch of these channels that are kind of loosely affiliated.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't want to start making people choose between us smaller people. Yeah, like I was saying, or almost saying earlier, you can open another window and have both in. But it's hard to listen to both at the same time.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You can show support, do your but then you really got to choose who you're going to listen to. Because I've done it before, and I mute 2 or 3 of them. You know, I mute all of them except for one, and then I, listen to that. You know, depending on what's going on. If it gets boring, or I think it gets boring, and nothing's going on in the chat, I mute that one and go over to another one. But then who knows if you end up missing something.
Yeah, whereas if it's Cecil and John, Cecil will go on, say, against John Malin. So they're both huge channels.
Yeah.
But I can see not wanting to do that with the smaller channels. But on the other,
Cecil likes the rivalry. That's the thing. He does it just to see how many more subscribers he can get, how many more viewers he can get more than John Malin or whoever he's going up against.
And I think Ethan was doing the. I think Ethan's doing the. What's that called? The Star Wars.
Yeah,
is it the high console thing right now?
Yeah, he's on doing that. So I'm.
Yeah, they were both on tonight.
That's mainly a Star Wars thing. So everybody going there are true Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to like Star Wars. I liked the first 3 movies. I was kind of had mixed feelings towards the prequels. And then Disney took over, and I lost. Then
again, the prequels, you have to understand that's a backstory of Darth Vader, or should I say, Anakin Skywalker. So
it was.
I know a lot of people when the first one came out were expecting to see Luke Skywalker. Now the rest from the original trilogy, but they didn't get that this was about the rise and fall of Darth Vader.
I just didn't like the Jar Jar character, and it wasn't the actor. The actor did a great job. Actor acted the heck out of that character. Sorry.
The main problem with it was that it was poorly executed.
Yeah. Like there were scenes where there was all this dialogue of all this trade dispute, and they were like cramming in all this information all at once. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Where there were other things where it seemed like they kind of dwelled on maybe a little too long for my particular taste. And
Right.
I think maybe how it was edited could have been the thing for
That's
me.
another thing.
The pacing seemed a little off.
Yeah. Well, I actually liked Jar Jar. I thought he was funny. Well, he's supposed to be funny, but
I know he was funny, but like I said, the overall execution of the productions were not 100%. That was the problem.
Jar Jar.
I know when a lot of people realized what the story of the prequels was about, they got excited, but for some reason it wasn't as exciting as the original trilogy.
Yeah. And I thought the first two, like I think it was just called Star Wars. Now it's called A New Hope. And then The Empire Strikes Back. I thought those were the best. I thought Return of the Jedi awfully darn. I thought it was really, really good, but maybe not quite as good as Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Star Wars in theaters. I know I've seen Jedi in theaters, and I definitely know I saw Empire in theaters.
Yeah, I didn't see the first. I think it might have been before I was born, or it was a baby or something.
Or more accurately, I didn't see the first one when it was originally aired in theaters.
Yeah, I saw the one when they renamed it A New Hope and they added some extra scenes and stuff. Changed around I like the original special effects.
Yeah.
With before they were CGI, before they added the CGI, because they used to use all those little models and stuff. That was so cool.
Right.
And maybe they still use those, but then they added computer generated.
Yeah.
Yes, practical effects are always good.
When they remastered it and put in the new scenes, that's when I saw it in theaters for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Some CGI I thought looked really good, and some of it I would prefer like the models.
Right.
I think it was kind of. I think I'd have to go look at scene for scene, see which is better, which.
Unfortunately, I missed the one thing I wanted to do when they brought out the remastered ones. I wanted it because I didn't go quick enough. There was for a couple days that they had all three in the theater, and I wanted one day to go from theater. Yeah. I wanted to go from theater to theater to theater.
Yeah,
see them all in the theater right in a row, but I didn't get to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Yeah. Yeah, I think that some people say that the novels for the prequels. Now I'm going back to the prequels, which I think they remastered those and then they came out with prequels.
Yeah.
Well, they remastered the original 3 and then they came out with the prequels.
Yeah, and then I think the deal with the prequels was that I heard the novels kind of explain some of the backstory a little bit better, like the trade. Yeah. The whole thing going on with was it like kind of like a trade war or something going on? I
remember that. That was explained in the novels.
Yeah, and it was like it just seemed like it was all kind of rushed. Like there was some dialogue that was explaining and didn't really make any sense to me.
Well, I hear the prequel. The thing that most people forget is that all this stuff was written like back all around the time before he even brought out the first movie. 90% of the stuff was written.
That's true.
I hear the first 3 got changed a fair bit, and of course, even these ones that we're coming out with now, Force Awakens and all that, technically they were already written back then too, but they're apparently way different than what Lucas wanted.
Exactly.
I'd like to get my hands on that stuff.
I think they wrote a script. Then later on they wrote the movies. Then they maybe adapted the novel from the movies and the script or something.
Well, I think they adopted. Later on, I think there was a novel beforehand, but it got readopted.
Yes, I heard something along those lines.
Let's see. Bethany said, if you watch the Clone Wars, Jar Jar played a major role in it, and it was a really good character.
Well, I heard that. I don't know. I think I saw bits and pieces of the Clone Wars. I don't know if I've seen. That might be the one Star Wars movie I haven't seen all of.
That's the second one, Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Of the
There was
prequels.
that Attack of the Clone. There were the Clone War cartoons.
Oh yeah. Maybe I'm thinking that when she says
Attack of the
Clone
Clones is the cartoon.
I think what they did is I think they did a good. I think
No,
maybe there was a little too much Jar Jar and Phantom Menace, and then maybe they changed his role a little later on, and
well, they made him an ambassador. That was like the kookiest thing ever.
Yeah, that seemed like kind of the wrong. I don't know. He really didn't. He end up saving the day though.
He always ends up saying the day accidentally. He's like really clumsy. He gives you a big problem and then he solves it accidentally.
It was kind of an interesting concept for an alien race.
Yeah.
What do they call it? What do they call his people?
I forgot what they called.
Yeah. Let's see. Bethany said Clone Wars was the first Disney show that had several seasons. Oh yeah, No, did they have? Were they Clone Wars, or was that before Disney got them?
That was before Disney got them.
And then there's Clone Wars. Then I think there's another Clone Wars thing that came later, maybe.
There was a.
I know they're thinking of rebooting Clone Wars.
It was Attack of the Clones, which was a TV show on Cartoon Network.
Says he also has a smaller role in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and a one-line cameo in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, as well as a role in the television series Star Wars. Almost said Star Trek, the Clone Wars. So it sounds like the Clone Wars was the animation.
Bethany says he accidentally causes problems, then accidentally solves them.
2008 TV series. Sounds like he did a good. Sounds like he was a good character in there.
Yeah, it was. He was.
Needs are droppings.
Yeah.
I have to go use the sink.
Let's see. Oh, so George, I almost call him Jar Jar Lucas. George Lucas was inspired to develop Jar Jar based on Disney character Goofy.
After Goofy?
Yeah. Huh. Gun.
The Gun, yeah.
Yeah. The Gungans, also known as Gungas, have humanoid amphibious bodies, but their heads are enlonged with large, dangling fin-like ears. Oh. This is from Wikipedia. They are amphibian in blood, and seem to have evolved from frogs and toads, given their incredible jumping. They live in underwater cities on the planet. Was it Naboo? Or is it
Naboo? Naboo.
Yeah.
Naboo.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept that they live in underwater cities and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Well, they're just Atlanteans, right? On that planet.
Yeah. In a way.
I thought they were kind of making fun of like people from the Caribbean with that dialect or pidgin. It was kind of like pidgin English, kind of or Creole English kind of language. Yeah, kind of like they speak in Jamaica. It's like seemed like they were. I don't know. I think some people are kind of offended by that. I just thought it was kind of annoying. Because the character was in like
they're gonna get annoyed. They're gonna get offended by a culture that's not their own. That's real funny.
Well, it's not even real. It's like not even like a real like
I know.
existing
I know,
culture.
that's the
Yeah,
thing. They're getting offended by a culture that's not their own.
yeah. I just thought the character was featured in maybe a few too many scenes for my taste.
Possibly. Well,
Yeah, everybody has a different take.
right.
You know, as I said, I thought the acting was good. I just didn't like. Kind of, it just wasn't my favorite character or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just will never go see The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Solo.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
What was
I've
it?
seen them all. I've seen them all, and I'm gonna see them all.
I saw whatever the one is where oh gosh, where they ruined Han Solo.
Solo.
That was Solo.
No, not Han Solo. Where they ruined Luke Skywalker. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
that's
blanking
the
out
last
to
that's-
confuse
Jedi.
those two.
That was
That's
the
the
last
last
one.
Jedi. That's The Last Jedi.
Yeah, Last Jedi. That was something that it seemed like if they had edited that differently, I might have enjoyed it. I don't know how they would have re-edited it, but
Rescripted it more like it.
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't really quite understand the script. I didn't quite understand how that pink or purple haired woman, she didn't seem like she had that. It didn't seem like she had any good ideas.
She didn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Well,
have followed her.
apparently it was supposed to be all Leia's idea, and everybody was just supposed to follow orders. You know, although it seemed ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like
With
dealing with the Empire or whatever they were going up against, whatever the evil. I can't even remember what they're calling it. I'm calling it the Empire, but it wasn't that. It was something else.
the first order. The first order.
Yeah,
You know,
I would
Yeah.
expect Darth Vader to say obey my orders or else, not someone like Leia or
Right.
yeah. I didn't really fault the guy for, saying he kept saying, what's going to happen? What are we doing? This looks like the stupidest plan ever. Well, it's like,
it was the
don't worry.
stupidest plan ever, wasn't it? It was like it seemed like it wasn't really much of a plan at all.
And she's just like, oh, don't worry, we got it all in hand. We got it all in hand. And everybody just follows the lead no matter what. And he was willing to stand up and say, hello, this is the dumbest plan ever. You're not giving us any details.
Right.
And it's like,
Was that Finn?
it was more like, no, not Finn. And they're like, you don't need the details. You're not in charge.
First of all, if you want this plan executed, we need the details.
Who was it who mutinied? Wasn't it?
It was Poe, I think. Poe, I think his name is.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
It was just like.
What about
okay. I didn't fault the guy at all for mutiny.
Maybe I wouldn't either. I wouldn't fault him either.
What about Keiko? Did she mutiny too?
I forget. I think she was part of the team. Yeah, that mutiny because he couldn't do it by himself.
Was it Finn? Was it Finn? Were Finn and Keiko and Poe? Okay, yeah. And it seemed like and then they really kind of got themselves into trouble too.
Yeah.
And that whole thing with Luke Skywalker, gosh, they turned him into Luke Soywalker.
Yeah,
I know.
And he was like drinking that blue milk and everything, and he took his lightsaber and he like threw it, and and then like I think in spoiler alert, he looks like he's saving the day, and then it turns out he turned out, and then it looked like he died, but he didn't really die, but he did die.
Yeah.
I mean, he died, but it was like it turned out like he didn't die there on the battlefield because it was a hologram, but then he fell off the mountain or something. I don't even know what that happened to him.
He used all his energy. That didn't make a lick of sense to me, but to do the whole Force Ghost thing, well, that's
if you look at that scene closely, he dyed his beard, and it's like, oh, I didn't even notice that. I wasn't watching it at the theater. I was watching on my TV. I didn't even notice he dyed his hair and his beard.
He did.
I don't got nothing against what he was drinking. You know, you drink what you need to where you are. You know, I mean, that you know, that is what's the most drinkable thing there. Fine, you know.
Right.
But they did that to make it look. They made it like the blue meth go down his beard, and they didn't make him look like he's all kind of washed out or whatever. Because he had him try to kill his own. They didn't even. They hadn't tried.
Nephew.
His own nephew had a flashback to that. It's like, well, this is awful.
Yeah.
This is not a heroic character.
No.
Okay, you know, this is okay. If the guy needs to be killed, the guy needs to be killed. Okay, fine. But you know, he already tried to go. He went after his dad. How much worse is his nephew?
Right.
You know, it's trying to kill your dad is one thing. I can see that sending you down a spiral. But if you're already trying to kill your dad, you know, trying to kill your nephew is not quite the same.
Didn't he also
impact? No.
Didn't he also like try to date his own sister?
Well, that's debatable because he did.
They didn't know they were brother and sister. That was the thing.
Yeah. And who would ever expect they were? You know, raised on two different planets.
Yeah, that is kind of.
You know, you don't find that
out. That wasn't their fault. You
really don't find that out until after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird that he sensed something and he sensed like what was his name? Was it Ben Kenobi or something?
Mm-hmm.
They just sensed that he wasn't. That there was like some sort of that he was struggling with the dark side or something, or giving into the dark side. So he tried to kill him in his sleep.
Yeah,
that just doesn't seem. That just doesn't seem like
Lucas
could do.
Luke, yeah. Well, we're going bouncing between 3 and 4 now, and about 2 minutes he's supposed to be going on. Although I am enjoying this conversation. Oh, we're back up to 5. Who do people want to continue, or are you guys going to go over to E when he comes on out there? If he's coming on. Oh, there goes Gary.
There goes Gary.
So I guess I think I'm going to end. You guys, you want to show for yourself there, Mighty?
Well, you can always find me here at Mighty Geek Studios on YouTube, Mighty Geek Studios on Instagram, and at Mighty Geek 21 on Twitter.
And Lorenzo, you want to show for yourself, or somebody, or something?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm Lorenzo Sleevestack. You can find me here on YouTube. I'll be hopefully I'll be live streaming within like say between now and a week from now.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully be doing my first live stream, and you can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Cool. And I am Rick Piper of Cross Comics. You can find me here Monday through Friday on YouTube drawing. Tomorrow I am doing an anime character, the 25th Bomb, from a show called Tower of God. So if you like anime, manga, tune in. And you can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and DeviantArt. 3 of them are Cross Comics. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. DeviantArt, it's Real Cross Comics. And also check out my website and my other 2 sites, which there are links to the description. And we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless everyone.